Hello and welcome to another episode of the Veterans Corner. My name is Chuck Woodin. I'll be your host. Joined with my co-host, Donna Dunyan.
Hi, everyone.
Donna, as most of you know, is the director at the Veteran Strong Community Center out of Bristol, Connecticut.
Yes, I am.
Yeah, located right in City Hall, right?
Right in Bristol City Hall. Yep, we're back.
Yep. That's right. They just had they redid the City Hall, and if you're ever in need of services, veteran community, family, veterans, that is definitely a great resource for you to get your answers or your questions answered, I should say.
I'll do the best I can.
Yeah. We have another great show for you today. We have Brian Sharapi. He's from Willy Pete's Chocolate Company. Brian, pleasure to have you here.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
How we usually start the show is, especially for our veterans, just give a brief description of what branch, how long ago, or where you served.
I was in the Connecticut National Guard as an 11 Bravo, an infantryman.
Okay.
I joined in 2009, served until 2014, and did one deployment to Afghanistan in 2010.
Well, it's an honor. It's an honor to have you here. On behalf of our viewers, us here at the Veterans Corner, we want to thank you for your service.
Thank you.
We've had countless. I mean, we're closing in on 300 episodes.
Yes, we are. We're gonna have a party.
I think this is 290. So we're only about 10 away.
Yes, we're getting there.
So.
Yep. So, as an infantryman, how did you come up with now owning a chocolate company?
When I came back from my deployment, I got into gardening as like a means to just kind of cope with certain things, and it was very soothing, relaxing, watching things grow, and I started growing insanely hot peppers. So
nice.
It was a night before frost, and my wife's like, "There's going to be a frost tomorrow," and I'm like, "Okay." So I went out and I pulled 8 pounds of ghost peppers out of the garden, and I was like, "I got to figure out what I'm going to do with these." So started off with making like jams, and then I started dehydrating them, and then I started putting them in chocolate, and I started experimenting on coworkers and friends and family, and it kind of just, they're like, "Wow, this is really good." It just took off.
Sounds like it could have been an interesting experiment.
Yes, it was a very big, it was an experiment, because I mean, I started the first batch, it was like just a giant bag of dehydrated peppers. I had no idea what they would do, and it lit a lot of people
up. Figuratively or literally? So a lot of our focus on the show has been resources for veterans. And the one reason I wanted to have you come on to talk about the chocolate is that you took a very stressful situation in your life, and a time in your life that you had to find a way to cope with and deal with, and you turned it into something positive by finding gardening. Yep. We always talk about people doing things that bring them back to being grounded and centered, and you took something like that, gardening, which we've talked about yoga and singing and music and everything else, and you turned it into a pretty successful candy company. When did you start the candy company itself?
I want to say it was the end of 2016 is when we started, like, my wife started making labels, and I think we have something. And then we formed it officially in January of 2017. So that's probably about almost 7 years
7
now.
years, yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
Wow.
And how do you know, I know, and I didn't ask you this earlier, but do you know offhand how much you do in sales? Roundabout figure?
Yearly?
Yeah.
I'd have to look into it. It's enough for one person's salary at this point.
Okay, hey, that works.
After profit, after the bills are paid
right.
and everything, it's enough to,
For a small company with a cottage license and everything.
That's
good.
It's growing too. So every year it's growing.
It's more.
Yeah.
So hopefully you'll get more from this.
Yeah. Hopefully. Yep.
It's a great base. It's a great way to start off, a great foundation.
Yeah, I mean, and as we grow, our followers grow, and more social media and stuff like that you do, it tends to bring more people in. So.
Yep.
Well, that's, I mean, Donna's probably told you about this show. This show was designed, I mean, the mission statement for this show is to give exposure to anyone that does things for the veteran community. You know, there's so many organizations. Actually, since COVID, the numbers have dropped.
Yeah.
There's some times where we have a hard time finding folks for the show, as far as guests. But any group out there, this is designed to give them exposure. So hopefully this definitely works for you.
Yeah, hope so.
And we've got a great audience.
Yeah.
Not only on you know, Comcast and Frontier statewide, it's also YouTube.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that we have followers outside of Connecticut.
Yeah.
So
did you always have a passion for chocolate, or
I
you're
always
just in the
liked chocolate.
experimenting?
I mean, one of the things that kind of led me to where I am is it was like a Lindt chocolate bar.
Okay.
And it had chili peppers in it. So I remember going to the store, I was excited about it, tried it, and I was like, there's nothing, no heat, there's no chili pepper about this. And that's when I think my wife and I were at the Garlic Festival that year. And I'm walking around, and you know, that place is like food sampler heaven. Yeah. And I remember walking around, and I came up with the idea. I'm like, I can put the peppers in chocolate, and I'm like, and make it better than that bar. So, because I like heat, I've always liked hot food. Being in the military, you kind of tend to put hot sauce on a lot of your stuff.
Tabasco.
Tabasco. I never liked Texas Pete until I was in Afghanistan, and that's all they had in the chow hall. So I put Texas Pete on everything. But I liked a little spice. So I was like, well, I like chocolate, and I like the heat. So it just kept going. I mean, one flavor turned into 3 flavors, like, really quick. And you just come up with these ideas.
And that was it.
Yeah.
That is one candy bar I'm going to have to try.
Well, we have a whole variety here. So,
Well, I said one.
Oh.
Yeah.
One candy bar. You know, I personally like hot also, so it's spicy. I've never had a chocolate bar that had some spice to it.
It's unique.
Yeah, I'm working my way on the heat index on the candy bars. I'm working my way.
You're not going to start from the
No.
ghost pepper?
Yeah.
We'll talk about some of the products. I don't know. If you want to, we can now, or do you want to just keep going? I've been asking all the questions.
Well, it's. I mean, how do you go about developing new products and combinations?
A lot of the times I find that I come up with ideas while driving.
Yeah.
So it'll be a quick call to my wife or a text message. Hey, remember this, write this down. And we have this notepad with all these future flavors that we want to do. But there's a lot to it. Like, what are we going to do for a label? What are we going to do for a name? Some of it's pretty easy. So it was like, for the Fun V and the Humdrum V.
Yeah.
So we're like sci-fi geeks and Marvel geeks and stuff, as well as Star Wars geeks. And I thought about, you know, Rocky Road, so white chocolate and Oreos. And then I'm thinking, how can I tie that in to our business model a little bit? And then I'm thinking about the movie Iron Man, when he's in the Humvee in Afghanistan. And he says to the guy, he goes, this is the Fun V, the Humdrum V's over there. And then we're like, we can make one spicy and one not. So that's how we came up with that one.
Humvee and the Humdrum. Oh, now I see the difference in those.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. I mean, like Pink Mist. I mean, most people in the military have an idea what Pink Mist is. That was pretty much because the white chocolate and the strawberries, when they mixed together, they came out pink. And I'm like, how can we tie this together? You know, it's a bit grim and graphic, but I mean, most of vets will get it, and most vets will like it. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, I mean, it's usually just random. driving in the car, or I'll get a random text from my wife, and she'll be like, "I got an idea."
Well, I mean, that's how many artists are
Yeah.
in the music industry and everything else. They're just walking or driving or sitting or even wake up in the middle of the night and pop, and you write it down.
Yeah,
Well,
that's what we have to do. We have to write it down.
And you're both very creative. You with the concept of the peppers and the chocolate, and her, you said earlier, she does all the design for the labels,
Yep. Yes.
which we can't, it's kind of hard to show them on camera, but if anyone goes to if you wanted to check out more, still getting over that sore throat thing. If you wanted to check out more about the chocolates on the website, it shows all the graphics on their website, and we'll throw the website out there so people can if they want to look at the different chocolates and learn more about Brian and the story behind it. It's willypetechocolates.com. But what's the story behind Willy Pete's? Like, why that name?
All right, so that kind of has a play in the military. You use white phosphorus for marking targets. White phosphorus burns. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of a play on Willy Wonka and the Willy Pete, because we call the white phosphorus Willy Pete.
Okay.
And I make spicy chocolate. So it's like Willy Pete's.
It goes with it.
Yeah, and I felt like it had a thing to it.
Yeah.
A lot of people think it's my name. So like when we do events and stuff, they'll be like, "Are you Willy?" And I'm like,
Hey, Willy.
No, I'm not Willy.
I have to say, when I first started having your chocolates and I found you, I was very surprised that your name wasn't Willy or Pete.
Yeah.
So I can see, but having been around the military for 12 years now, I got the name. Someone had to put a little bit of the puzzle together for me, but when it came out, we got it.
What's been the biggest challenge with your company?
Figuring out how to grow the business. When I first started it out, I kind of relied on, I think a friend of mine, he termed it as the Mark Echo from Echo Clothing.
Yeah.
What he did in the beginning was he sent his clothing to all these famous people in the hopes that if they wear it and they're seen somewheres, it'll gain brand recognition.
Yeah.
And that worked. So what I started doing was sending out packets of the flavors to YouTubers. So I'd find spicy food channels, and I would find reviewers of foods and all this stuff, and I'd try to find the ones with the most followers and other veteran businesses on like Instagram and stuff, and I would just send all these free chocolates out. And with the hopes of someone's going to do a video and it's going to bring in business. And that's kind of what started happening. We got a lot of business online. So online and around the world, believe it or not, we're very well known for our spicy chocolate. Like we've got distributors in Sweden and England and Canada, all over the place.
Wow.
And the biggest challenge for us is actually getting brand recognition here in Connecticut.
Oh.
Because while people have heard of us on the internet and all on Google and around the world, the local people don't really know who we are yet. So that's why we've been trying to push into as many local stores in Connecticut as we
Hopefully,
can.
well after this.
All right.
So
Yeah.
it was kind of
hopefully this will give you-
switching gears to, find a local customer base.
Okay, because I looked online and you were, when I looked the other day, so you need to update your website. I didn't see Sweden there. 10 states in the country.
Yeah, it could be more.
It could be more by now.
Yeah.
And it was just 2 countries, but
Yeah.
so there's more then.
Well, because they're distributors in the other countries, so
Yeah.
we don't really know where they're going.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Store-wise, so
Yeah.
and it's all frequent. It's infrequent where they order once a year or
Because they order in such bulk and everything.
Yeah. So
So we're talking about name recognition and where people can find, where can they find your chocolates in retailers locally here? We'll focus on Connecticut since you need the brand recognition.
So
here.
for Bristol, we're Family Roots.
Yeah.
Burlington, we're at I Know a Guy Deli.
Okay.
Let's see, we're down in Mystic at a store called Kitsch, which they do fantastic down there.
Is that in the outlet area?
Yeah, like it's the main building in the middle with the water wheel.
Yeah.
And they sell like kitchen stuff and food and specialty foods.
Okay.
So we're down there. We're at a hot sauce shop in, I believe, Monroe. So we've definitely built up some sales. There's a market in Canton.
Okay.
I'm drawing a
Oh,
blank
no,
out
no,
there.
and I didn't mean to put you on the spot. But, you are in local, small local, like more mom and pop shops.
Yeah,
Definitely.
They do really well in the smaller stores.
Yeah.
And you're definitely spacing out within the state.
Yeah.
It's not just one area.
Yep.
I mean, you got Monroe out west, southeast corner covered, obviously central Connecticut area.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's a new place where people can get some of your chocolates.
Yes.
At Veteran Strong Community Center. So let's talk about, so these are non-spicy chocolates.
Yep.
These are traditional chocolates, but there's a good thing going on between Willy Pete's and Veteran Strong Community Center. So I don't know, you can show them a couple of the bars.
Yeah. I'm going to pick the Army one. But
I thought you were going to hit the Navy. I thought you were going to pick the Navy one.
He's the Army guy.
I got to pick the Army one, but like the Army one is just peanut butter. We kind of had to repeat some of the flavors because there's only so many, but we didn't want to forget any branches.
Yeah.
And I know most branches like to dig at the Coast Guard, and then it was going to be a big joke where I wasn't going to include the Coast Guard, but the Coast Guard, they're veterans too.
Mm-hmm.
And
Absolutely.
we even did
Absolutely.
Space Force. And I'm hoping one day that I can actually meet a Space Force veteran. Because it's so new. But being from Bristol and being a veteran and seeing what you guys do, we wanted to be able to give back in a way. And that's why my wife and I, we were like, let's reach out to them and see if they want to do it. And we think it's going to go really well.
Yeah. So there's plain chocolate bars. There's milk chocolate bars, dark chocolate bars, white chocolate, which is yummy, and the peanut butter bar. We have them for sale at Veteran Strong, but they are at other locations as well. But part of the proceeds from those bars come back to Veteran Strong Community Center. And when you first reached out and told Amy about it, we were both ecstatic and shocked, and we cried. Just having that additional support from businesses and some retail sales coming back to benefit the center was phenomenal. And we really, really, really appreciate it. And they're really, really, really good bars. We've sold out. We've only had them, we just launched them 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And I've already had to make one run up, and I'm going to be making another run up
almost once a week
to get bars.
Yeah.
And we do have speaking of Space Force, we do have a thing. We've been telling people the first person to come in who is a Space Force veteran and buys a Space Force bar, it's on us. So if there's any Space Force members locally, come in and get a bar.
That'd be really interesting to see.
Get a bar, but it's great. And I do want to note too, on the back of all your bars, I don't know if I don't know if they can zoom in, but on the back of all your bars, you do have the Veterans Crisis line. Oh, there's a 3-digit number now.
Oh, is there?
Yes.
Yeah, we'll have to update that.
We'll have you update that.
Yeah.
988 for the Veterans Crisis line.
988.
988.
Viewers, 988. Veterans Crisis.
This line. Yep. So I love that too, and that's one of the things that really attracted me to your bars. They were good, variety of different flavors. If someone can't find something that they don't like, then they just don't like chocolate.
Yeah.
You also have hot chocolate and some crazy stuff. And you talked earlier a little bit about the YouTube. That's one of the first things I saw about you too. was this challenge.
Yes.
So we would not be serving the public if we didn't tell them about this challenge that people on YouTube do. I don't understand it, but man, it's fun to watch.
Yeah, that's the mother of all bars. So
I was eyeballing that.
yeah, this is
That's all got you written all over it, Chuck.
it's a half-pound bar with Carolina Reapers in the chocolate and caramel filling with scorpion peppers in the caramel filling.
That just sounds
Again, I was trying to come up with ideas on what I can do, and at the time, the One Chip Challenge had just come out, or it had been out like 2 years in a row, and I was like, what about the One Bar Challenge? So I started sending it out to YouTubers. We had a YouTuber, LA Beast, who has like 3 million, 2 million viewers, something crazy.
Wow.
And we didn't even know he bought the bar. He bought the bar under an alias.
okay.
And next thing you know, this video pops up and our sales went through the roof overnight. It was, I mean, we were up packing 300-400 boxes of bars in the middle of the night. There was no way it was insane. It was absolutely insane. So it kind of helped because even to this day, I think that video was done in 2017. And to this day, we still have orders from people who saw it on his YouTube channel. It's up to like 3 million views now.
I like the mushroom cloud on the front of it. It's, with the red fire going up.
Yeah.
It looks like red fire.
We even sell T-shirts that say I survived the Moab challenge.
So what's the deal with the challenge? They have to eat it all in a set amount of time? Or
at first it was whoever could eat it the fastest. So all these people are on YouTube trying to eat this bar super fast. The caramel's super chewy, and it's just like lava. And I think LA Beast held the record for like 2 or 3 years. And then finally some guy, an Air Force vet, I think out of Arizona, had beaten his record. People were trying to beat the record by melting them. People were trying to and the rules are no modifying of the bar. So like there was a couple times where, the internet comes out with a judgment call because this guy melted his bar, and it was like they put the kibosh on him.
Can they drink anything while they're eating it? Like, can they have milk or?
Nope. No beverages.
No beverages
during the challenge, and then it was a 5-minute afterburn. So you got to sit there for 5 minutes and let the
not
bar
drink anything.
Yep, let the bar do its thing, and it went really well. So I mean, we still sell a ton of them.
Do people still do the challenge?
Yeah, they still pop up.
They still
like
pop
I'll
up.
pop on YouTube every now and then, and
I'll have to
always
talk
check
to
to
my
see the
cardiologist about that.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
I'm game.
last meal. When the time comes, there's your last meal.
Yeah, I can't finish the thing. Yeah. No way.
I wouldn't even know, like I've heard of the Reaper, and I've heard of the Ghost Pepper. Not that I've had them, but I can't. A scorpion pepper?
Yeah, scorpion pepper held the record for a while before the Reaper, I believe. Yeah, so.
And you grow all those?
Yeah, I mean, we grow a lot of the Reapers just because they're the hardest ones to get.
Yeah.
They like it hot. They're very temperamental, especially up here in New England.
Yeah.
So, I mean, at one point I had like 400 plants going.
Do you have like a? Because I know where you are. Do you have?
We had a greenhouse in Bristol.
Okay.
And now we just grow them in the open.
Oh.
And we
wow.
got pots and when it's.
We have about a minute and a half left.
wow.
These shows go by so fast.
Oh wow.
We got a couple just questions we're going to touch on. Challenges. Is there any more challenges your loyal fans are partaking in?
I think we have about 4 right now.
Yeah.
So I mean, we're kind of holding it there.
With some of the other.
Yeah, we
bigger
came
bars
out with
like
the new Moab 2.0. We came out with that.
And the viewers can find that on your website,
Yeah.
the challenges.
Yep.
And then anything else new in store for 2024?
We do. We have some more flavors coming out
Awesome.
that are they're in production now. One, I think it's coming out on Peanut Butter and Jelly Day, or National Peanut Butter and Jelly Day. So you'll find out what that is when we release it.
Is it going to be really hot?
No,
Okay, good.
no, it'll be in the middle.
Okay, I can handle the middle.
But yeah, and then we have a plan for like a bar in between the 2 ounce and the 8 ounce, and start doing some 4 ounce bars. But
Well, you know, this we'll be putting this on Facebook soon. It's going to be going out. We're going to really advertise this, get this out there. It sounds good. We're sitting here with all this chocolate, and
I know we didn't crack open a bar.
I need adult supervision around chocolate, so it's so just. But anyways, we want to thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me.
It was an honor. This I've never had so much chocolate in front of me. It's like a tease.
I know. I thought we'd have time to do some taste testing, but
I definitely want to try one of the hot
we'll do
ones.
it off camera.
Not tonight, but anyways, we probably only got 30 seconds left or so. So is there anything else? Did we miss anything?
No, just check out the website if you're so inclined and want some chocolate. It's WillyPetesChocolates.com.
Yeah, WillyPetesChocolates.com. Once again, Brian, it was great to have you.
Thank you very much.
Hope to see you again.
Thank you, Brian.
Thank you.
Maybe in the spring rotation, we'll check up on you and get an update.
Okay,
And see
definitely.
how you're doing. So once again, thank you for your service.
Thank you.
Donna, that's
That's
another
it.
show. That's another one in the books.
Another one closer to 300.
Another one closer to 300. With that being said, I want to thank the viewers for watching. Till the next time on the Veterans Corner. Good night.
Sometimes life just happens. Don't worry. Farmington Motorsports will get you back on the road and at a fair price. From towing to tires, emissions to transmissions.
Our ASC certified techs do it all.
Farmington Motorsports is a family-run business. We're a Napa Auto Center and AAA approved. We work on all makes and models from preventative maintenance to major repairs.
And every repair is backed by our 2-year, 24,000-mile nationwide warranty.
When life happens to you, don't worry. Farmington Motorsports.
I'm your host, Kurt Barwis. Today, I have a very special guest, Dr. Andrew Lim.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Veterans Corner. My name's Chuck Woodin.
Decision for ourselves for this week if we want to be made well.
Hi, welcome to the crack of dawn. It's Dawn Lombardi. I'm starting the painting. It's going to be the clips with some water. Love it.
He took me on the sets of Lost in Space, Batman.
Everybody has a story. What's yours? Until next time.